drag myself up from my knees. I'm looking forward to how I can make you feel the flames, how nothing's changed. You're burning through my veins until the night I step through street-lit lights, searching for you to make me feel alright. And I'll cry from...
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this first episode of PleXtreme TV. My name is Marcus Fair. I am your commentator for this event. Thank you for joining us. In our main event today, we're going to have James Mason versus the star attraction himself, the former Plex Wrestling British Champion, Mark Haskins. But first things first, we're going to kick things off with a cruiserweight contest between Lance Lawrence and Peace. Well, together they are known as the tag team, the Peace Kids. But tonight they are fighting one-on-one in a battle of pride. As we start things off, Lance Lawrence in the pink and white tights, Peace in the green and pink tights. Lance Lawrence in control with the top wrist lock. Steve Linsky, referee with over 20 years of experience, is the man in charge as Peace takes back over with the wrist lock, and now it's Lance Lawrence who has to look for the counter and is on the back foot. Ducks under twice, beautiful arm drag there by Lance Lawrence, and once again Lawrence is firmly in control. Takes Peace back up, applies a hammerlock. You can see on Peace's face that he's not in a very comfortable position. He's going to have to find a way out of this. Goes under, twists round, takes down Lance Lawrence with a beautiful arm drag, and Lawrence falls to the floor. Gets back into the ring. Looks for the handshake. He gets it. Again, this is a nice sporting contest, which is nice to see. Normally in pro wrestling you have the good guys versus the bad guys. Those who like to stay by the rules, those who like to deviate. And it seems like this is just going to be none of that. This is going to be straight wrestling. Lance goes for the kick. Peace ducks. Goes over on him. Hits the ropes. Under. Over goes Peace. Beautiful there. But Lance sweeps out his leg. Goes for the cover. Doesn't even get a one count. Peace returns the favour, goes for a cover again, doesn't get a one count, returns to their feet, and there we go. Lovely drop kick by Lance Lawrence there, catches him right out. You can see the look on Peace's face. That was not a pleasant experience, ladies and gentlemen. A beautiful drop kick there by Lance Lawrence. And I know Lance quite well, and I think he's going to set it up through the middle rope. Yep, there we go, and a beautiful tope Kahilo down to the floor. Peace has been officially wiped out. But will that be enough for Lance? Because, as I said, I know Lance Lawrence quite well, ladies and gentlemen. And, yep, here we go. Moonsault set up. Fakes Peace out. Kick to the jaw. Here we go. Up for the moonsault. No, wait. Ah, beautiful counter there by Peace. And let's go back to an action replay from a second ago. Lance's dive. Again, nicely executed. Peace out, ladies and gentlemen. Back in the ring now, and we got Peace thoroughly in control of Lance as he goes for the cover. Lance kicks out, goes to the corner. Peace sees his opportunity, tries to take advantage. Calls for Peace, goes for the monkey flip, and gets it. Nice move there by Peace, nice move. Lance Lawrence is now the one on the back foot. Peace takes him up and into the corner. Whips into the opposite. Sets him, but get caught. Oh, he got caught lovely there with a foot to the face. But he gets swept through his trouble, and a moonsault there by Peace. For the standing position, 2 count only, says referee Steve Linsky. Peace now staying on Lance Lawrence with the front face lock. Thoroughly in control here. Peace figuring out what to do with his tag team partner and best friend. Gives him a shot with a forearm. Sets him up for a slam. No, puts him onto the shoulder. So power slam position maybe. Takes a couple of steps and down goes Lance hard. Cover again. Only a 2 count again. Calls for the ropes. Lance Lawrence is in trouble because Peace is heading up, and Peace can fly too, ladies and gentlemen. The Peace Kids, as they are collectively known, they are known for being fast, exciting, high flying, as Lance nips up there and throws referee Steve Linsky into the ropes, knocks Peace off his perch, and a serious shot to the face. Now Lance, you know, he's deviating a little bit here. He's being a cheeky bugger as he sets him up for a superplex and down hard. Lance Lawrence needs to get into the cover if he is to win this match. Come on, Lance, take advantage. Slowly gets there. 1 count, 2 count, but doesn't get the 3. That's because he did not get on top of Peace for the cover. Tries it again, but nope. Second time is not a charm for Lance Lawrence. If you knock an opponent down, you need to take advantage of it. Strong hard shot to the back there. Lance Lawrence firmly in control of Peace. Sets him up, slam of his own. Hard down goes Peace. Oh, and apparently that's right. Okay. But why aren't you covering? That's not right. Come on, Lance. Again, he took too long. If you take advantage, keep the advantage. Lance Lawrence sends Peace off into the ropes and delivers a lovely back elbow there. Oh, and again, proclaiming that's right to the crowd instead of actually getting the cover. And that's led to a 2 count because he gave Peace too much time to recover. Lance needs to stay on his tag team partner and friend. Lovely chin lock here, and he's doing just that. I'm surprised that Lance Lawrence is actually being slightly unethical here with his methods and means of trying to defeat his friend. But Peace has fought back up, giving a couple of shots to the gut. Ow, there we go. Lance Lawrence takes control again. Beautiful, beautiful clothesline. But he wasted too much time again? Yes, he did. Again, Lance Lawrence not pressing his advantage. Another cover. And another 2 count. Arguing with referee Steve Linsky, but if the ref says it's a 2, Lance, it's a 2. Lance Lawrence now setting up for a suplex. Peace goes up. Oh, lovely technique here. This is lovely technique. Once again proclaiming that this is right and sends Peace hard down to the mat. But again, more time wasting, showing off it. Showing off his gut, claiming that's right, pointing at the crowd instead of covering Lance, which he's doing now. But again, it's only cost him a 2. Lance Lawrence, he's still in control, but he's not getting the win. He's not quite getting the job done. But can Peace take much more of this? Lance is putting in, well, let's be blunt about this. There's another hard shot to the shoulder area. Peace is taking a mild kick in right now. And Lance is stepping it up as each moment of this match passes by. Sends Peace into the corner hard. And there you can see the results. Oh, and again, that's apparently right. Okay, Lance, if that's right, then come on, beat the guy. Come on, beat your mate. Come on. I'm surprised you're actually treating him like this, to be honest. Another hard shot. Lance is talented, and this is my point. He doesn't need to do this. You see this? This is a lovely reverse chin lock that Lance has on Peace. He doesn't need to spout rubbish. He doesn't need to proclaim that is right. He just needs his skill and his technique, which he's absolutely loaded with, ladies and gentlemen. And look, see, because he's worked on the head, neck and shoulders, Peace is almost out. There's the second arm drop. If this goes down for the 3rd time, that's it. Linsky can call for the bell, but no. Here we go. Here we go. Peace has still got some energy left in him. Fighting up. 1 shot. 2 shots. Goes to follow it up. Ducks the clothesline. And a... Oh, but that was a beautiful side kick by Lance. Oh, and again, that's right. Lance Lawrence executes a beautiful side kick to cut Peace off. And again, wasting time. Jaw-jacking with the fans. He would have had this match won already. I'm pretty much certain of it. And, oh, come on. Come on, son. You are not going to get nothing out of a cover like that. But something like that is... that's another story. Beautiful kick. Beautiful second kick. Poor Peace. He's had his head and his shoulders worked on. Hell, you'd think Lance is going for some sort of shampoo commercial deal here, but I don't think that's the case, and I digress. Lance is staying in control, but will he finally finish up? Wraps Peace into the rope. Nice kick to the chest there. Moving away from... Oh, and another one. Moving away from the head and the neck and the shoulders. Another... Oh! I'm sorry, but that was... Ooh, you heard that, you felt that. Peace finally get... Peace, he needs to... He kicks out. He's staying brave, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing that Lance seems to do is keeping Peace down. Oh, and apparently that's right once again, as he has a Japanese stranglehold on Peace. I think these two are going to have a few words after this match, considering Lance Lawrence's lack of ethics here. Peace fighting up, looking for the over and out counter. There it is. Off the ropes. Ducks the clothesline. Ducks the elbow. And beautiful, absolutely beautiful tilt-a-world head scissors. And now Peace has got an opportunity. But he has taken no measure of... Well, he's taken... I'm going to be... I know I'm supposed to be professional, but that's been plain. He's taken a kicking here, ladies and gentlemen. See, look, Lance is already back on his feet. Goes for the clothesline once again. Peace ducks and gives him one of his own. There's an elbow to follow up. And a beautiful shoulder tackle. Not quite John Cena level, but Lance Lawrence is in trouble as he staggers into the corner. Peace gets some momentum. Flows up with a cartwheel. Clothesline splash into the corner. Peace calling for the people's support. He sends Lance off. Lance makes the counter though. Over he goes, flips through. Beautiful crossbody block there by Peace, but only a 2 count. And Lance Lawrence, look at Lance, he's in trouble. He's losing his wind, and the reason why he's losing his wind, as he counters nicely there, but the reason why he's losing his wind because he needs this time is because unlike what Lance is doing, beautiful shot. Unlike what Lance has been doing, Peace is actually capitalising on his moves and taking full advantage. But right now it's a back and forth battle between shots, forearms delivered by both men to one another. Nice uppercut there. This has turned into a pride fight right here. No wrestling moves, just straight up slugging it out. Nice combination there by Lance. Nice counter by Peace. Trademark butterfly, hits it, connects. Immediate cover again, and doesn't get the 3 count. And you can see that Lance is in trouble. Again, look at his face. He's trying to catch his breath. And that's because Peace, again, don't want to sound like a parrot, but he is taking the advantage. He is doing what he has to do to win and not proclaiming that that's right every 5 minutes. Once again, going for his monkey flip. Lance holds on to the ropes. Gets the cover. Wait a minute. Up. And Lance Lawrence wins by less than honourable means. Feet on the ropes for the extra leverage, and Peace was unable to kick out. A good match, but I don't know about you, but I think Peace is going to have a word with his tag team partner when this is really said and done.
The place is Wellingborough Park Festival. The opponent is Phil Taylor, and the stakes are the right to become the very, very first YouTube champion. Not a bad accolade within itself, but then you factor into the account that I have only just arrived. I'm the new guy. This is my very first night in Plex. And then everything is risen to a whole new level for me. Yes. To go from no one to someone in 24 hours. How do you think that makes me feel? Do you think it scares me? Do you think it gets me upset? Do you think it gets under my skin at all? No, it gets me enthralled. It gets me excited. I am looking forward to beating the hell out of Phil Taylor. Phil, you may think that you want to be the YouTube champion. You may feel that you want the glory, you want the respect, but I need it. I need it so bad I can taste it. I wake up every morning and I need it. I need it more than life itself. I need to be YouTube champion. So keep that in mind, Phil, when you step into the ring with a big angry, and tell me what you think when you want to be champion and you go get someone who needs it. Needs it like other people need air. Needs it like other people need food and water and every other basic thing in order to live. I need to be a champion. Do you think you are going to get past that for 1 second? Do you think for one moment that you have any chance of beating me? I don't care what it takes. I don't care if I have to be carried out of that ring. I am going to beat you and become the very first Plex YouTube champion.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for your main event of this first episode of PleXtremeTV. and it's a very, very special one-on-one contest. It features the star attraction Mark Haskins on the left-hand side of the screen there, in the blue trunks, versus the British wrestling veteran James Mason in the red, black and blue singlet. James Mason, a very sporty man, looking for the handshake. Well, Haskins, well, I was going to say Haskins, would he oblige, but I think that's officially a no, in the most disrespectful way possible. But that was the sort of attitude that actually enabled Haskins to win the Plex Wrestling British Championship a few years ago. But that was then, and this is now, and he's got a far greater challenge in front of him in the form of James Mason, who the crowd, I must say, are thoroughly behind, as Haskins is really, really egging on James to try and give him a shot across the jawline. And to be honest with you, I know quite a few people who want to do that to Mark Haskins, but that is a beautiful waistlock to start. Floats over and, well, there you go. No respect whatsoever. Now, I know Mark Haskins very, very well myself. I used to train with him a very long time ago, and I know he has got the skills, as you see this beautiful wristlock here, to beat James Mason. But Mason's so fluid, so quick with his technique. Haskins is in trouble, who counters out, nicely done, and takes Mason down to the floor. I thought James Mason had the advantage there, but just like that, Mark Haskins returns the favour. Mason kips up, takes the wrist lock over on Mark Haskins, and now applies a knuckle lock and takes him down to the floor. And there, oh, stretches the fingers, snaps him out. There's some old school discipline right there, and I think you can hear the crowd, they are loving it. Haskins now kips up to his feet himself, goes under, looks for the head, but Mason has no hair, so instead he switches to the armbar, takes him down, doesn't have it fully applied. This is more a locking move than a submission. Mason should be able to figure a way out of this. Haskins at the moment only trying to wear down the British wrestling veteran. Mason's into the ropes, but Haskins pulls him away. Nice move there. And Mason with actually a kick to the back. It's rare you'll see James Mason perform a strike, and he does the second one. Haskins, though, keeping a hold of that arm. But a third one stops them right in his tracks, and there we go! In pro wrestling, there's a thing that's known as a receipt, and that's if you excessively hit someone hard or show too much disrespect, then you are owed a receipt in kind. And there was a prime example right there, as Mark Haskins is on the outside, and quite frankly, with the people of all shot behind James Mason, is a little taken aback. Haskins calls James Mason to stand away while he gets back into the ring, but if he's not careful, he will get counted out. Creeps back in and creeps back out as James Mason has the momentum of the fans and Aldershot on his side. Haskins, being Haskins, drops back down to the floor. Wasting time here, perhaps trying to psych James Mason out, but is that really going to work with a veteran of James Mason's experience? Not sure. Haskins goes for a fake. Mason doesn't flinch. Now another knuckle locks. Nope. Mason kicks it away. Takes Haskins down. Another top wrist lock. Follows it through. Rolls around. Holds onto the wrist lock. Haskins trying to move his way out of it. Once again, top wrist lock down. Mason immediately back up. Under he goes. This is what they call jockeying position. Haskins flips through and round. Both men looking for advantage. Mason's down on the floor. Haskins goes into a cover. Mason counters that cover. And that was close. That was very, very close. That was fast moving, fast paced. Haskins is frustrated as hell. The crowd are loving what they're seeing. And James Mason is ready for more. Double knuckle lock fake. Haskins takes down the legs. Goes through with the cover. But Mason's shoulders were straight up. Is Haskins trying to go for the cover here, or is he trying for a controlling headlock hold? I presume it's that, yeah, I can see the arm around the throat and the arteries. Haskins trying to... Where now James Mason? Mason trying to kick through and out. Repeated kicks. This is as old school gets, and it still works. Crowd in appreciation of what they are seeing. Lovely counter there by... Oh, lovely counter by James Mason, and the people are fully behind him, and not the former Plex Wrestling Champion. But Haskins has stopped his disrespect for now. I think he realises he's in a situation... Well, I say that, and there we go. Out comes the strikes, out comes the knees, and now kicks in the corner. Haskins proclaims innocence. Well, yeah, alright mate, smoking gun. But now has a beautiful headlock. No, I apologise, that's a reversed chinlock. And Haskins, look at the way his legs are. He's staying over James Mason, so all the pressure switches to a headlock now, but all the pressure was down on Mason's head. Haskins is barely expending any energy at all, but Mason is trying to make sure that he does. See him, legs parted, up he goes. Beautiful handstand, kick through with the legs, and just slips out and into a front face lock. Beautiful wrestling counter there. And Haskins again, though, works his way round to the back, and again has full leverage over James Mason, who has once again just simply slipped out. Into the cover, nicely done, but only a 2 count, and Haskins is out of there once again, and he's frustrated as hell. Look at him, I think he's heading over to the fire exit there. I think he wants to leave. Crowd fully has support of James Mason. Haskins is not a happy bunny, but he is returning to the match. Flips in, goes straight for the shot. Mason catches it off the ropes, knocks Haskins down. Under the leapfrog, Haskins goes for the hip toss. Mason returns the favour in kind and nails Haskins, who's up the ropes, and out he goes once again. Crowd in Aldershot thoroughly enjoying this match, and I think it's fair to say that at this present course of time, Mark Haskins, it sucks to be you. Haskins taking a breather on the outside. I don't think he'll frustrate James Mason. I just honestly think he really needs it. Crowd cheering on James Mason. Claps of approval are for the veteran of the British wrestling scene. Haskins takes the leg, takes Mason to the outside, and oh, lovely forearm shot, hard, straight to the face. And James Mason has just caught the mid-afternoon post right in his shoulder. Special delivery, Star Attraction style. Oh, ouch. Mark Haskins ramming James Mason's face right into the ring apron, and then follows it up with an elbow across the jaw. Oh, and once again James Mason eats canvas. Mark Haskins, I think, has pretty much given up on the wrestling, trying to out-wrestle James Mason, and now it's back to what Haskins knows best, being a cocky thug. That was a nice knee drop to the face. But once again, Mason, James Mason just slipping his shoulders out. But Haskins follows up with an elbow. And now another knee across the face. Oh, but Mason fighting back. And there's a strike from James Mason again. You don't see it regularly from him. James Mason's more about holds and counter-hold wrestling. Catch as catch can, as the Americans call it. But Haskins delivers a shot in the corner. Oh, and that was a lovely, lovely lined up elbow straight to James Mason's head. I think he's going to send him out the hard way, and there he did. And Aldershot telling Mark Haskins what they thinks of him, and Haskins returning in kind. Goes for a 3 count, but unfortunately doesn't get it. And what? I didn't quite catch that, but it looks like James Mason tried to grab Mark Haskins', mouth or something. Maybe a pressure point hold. But he's certainly paying for it now. Haskins, again, using the leverage. Reversed chin lock here. Staying on top of James Mason, bearing down on him. The pressure that you literally feel in a hole like this it's weird. You kind of like lose your breath. You've got to suck up what energy you have. And not only that, you've got another person's weight down upon you. It's kind of like, I don't know, wearing a tie that's too tight while wearing a great big backpack full of rocks. But Mason is up. He's fighting out. Shots left, right and centre. But Haskins once again back on top. Oh, and now he's with the body scissors and the reverse chin lock. Has he switched it into a choke or a proper... No, I think he switched that into a full-on sleeper hold. Has total control and dominance over James Mason right here. And I think Mason... Has he managed to pass him? Has he managed to choke Mason out? Nope. Nope. He's holds on to Steve Linsky's trousers. I think that's the first time anyone said that during a commentary, during a match. And Mason calling for the crowd's support, sucking up what air he has got left in his lungs. Gets back up. Shot 1, shot 2, shot 3, open-handed strikes off the ropes. Haskins once again, though, with that chin lock. But Mason, though, moves his body around, adjusts, and executes a perfect belly-to-back suplex on Mark Haskins. And now the tide has turned. Haskins wearing down James Mason, but he's just taken a high-impact shot to his back and his head. Mason now. Oh! You felt that. Lovely strike there by James Mason. Like I said, he likes to catch can wrestling, but if you want to get nasty with him, he can do it. Nice. Senton splash. Trademark of James Mason there. Goes for the cover, but only a 2 count. Mark Haskins kicks out and showing why he's been a champion, not just here in Plex Wrestling, but for multiple wrestling promotions up and down the country. Oh! Well, there you go. You heard that, you felt that, and the crowd want another one. Will Mason oblige? Yep. Oh dear. Oh. Wow. All I can say is wow. Now Mason back to more traditional wrestling with a cravat, twisting Mark Haskins' neck around. Haskins looks for the counter. Can he twist his body out? Yes, gets the arm too. Oh, going back towards that armbar now, but no, he's hooked in a crossface. Much smarter move. Now Haskins, unlike earlier who's going for control, is now going for the submission. Oh, now he's switched it up. He switched it up into a crossface with a choke. However, that's a legal choke. It's under the jawline, not crushing at the throat. And once again, Haskins trying to wear James Mason out. This seems to have been his strategy throughout this whole match. Wear out the British wrestling veteran. But the crowd is thoroughly in support of James Mason. He gets back to... Well, he's back up, but not for much longer. Haskins proclaiming what, to be quite frankful. And there you go. That's what Haskins... Like I said, I know Haskins very well. He doesn't need to do this sort of stuff. Mason there. Beautiful kick to the face. Over. Flips. Second rope. Yes, and there's the crossbody. That's signature James Mason right there. But Mark Haskins. Wow. Mark Haskins kicks out at 2. And even the punters in Aldershot thought that James Mason had that match won right there. James Mason has finished people with that particular sequence. But he gets his jaw rocked by Mark Haskins with that jawbreaker. Mason is in the second rope. But Haskins picks him up. Takes him into the buckles, sends him to the other side, but Mason counters under the legs. Sweeps out the right leg. Haskins goes for a flip, but Mason flips out of it. Sequence exchange, hold, roll, calls. Oh, he's caught Haskins' legs for the counter, and that's it. Haskins tried to counter with a... Haskins tried to hook his legs under James Mason's armpits and counter into a sunset flip style roll, but Mason saw that coming. He's been around for too long, and in the end, the veteran experience of James Mason has won over on the former Plex Wrestling British champion. Okay, and that will conclude this first episode of PleXtreme TV. Thank you very much for joining us. Please rate, like and subscribe, and leave feedback for us in the comments section below. Join us again next Thursday where we will crown the very first Plex Wrestling YouTube champion. That's a special title, specially devoted for this show. But until then, I've been Marcus Fair, and on behalf of Plex Wrestling, thank you very much for watching.